My name is Klee, and I'm a faculty member in the Department of Spanish and Portuguese Studies, and I specialize in Spanish linguistics. I teach a number of different courses, among them a course on Spanish applied linguistics, where we analyze some of the issues around acquiring Spanish as a second language. How do people acquire a second language? What are some of the strategies they use as they're acquiring Spanish? What are some of the structures of Spanish that are particularly difficult for Spanish speakers? Another class I teach is Spanish sociolinguistics, and in that class we look at language variation across the Spanish-speaking world. So we start out with regional variation, and then we look at social variation. How is the speech of men and women different? How is the speech of different social classes different? How has Spanish evolved in different geographical locations? In all my courses, at the undergraduate as well as the graduate level, I have students do some field work, some actual linguistic research. That research component is a very important one, and oftentimes students will say it's the first time they've gotten to do actual research, a research project in a class. I hope that students take away a number of things from my courses. First, a better understanding of the Spanish language, of the context in which it's used, the variation both regionally and socially in the sociolinguistics class, in the applied linguistics class, a better understanding of how people learn a second language, acquire a second language, and a better understanding of some of the areas that are most difficult for Spanish language learners. So in that sense, the course might help them with their own Spanish. Why should students major in Spanish or Spanish and Portuguese? There's actually quite a number of reasons. First and foremost, I think, is if they want a greater understanding, a deeper understanding of Spanish-speaking and Portuguese-speaking cultures and cultural production. So one of the things we do in the major is look at cultural production widely, not just literary production, but film, theater, art, music, and how it's evolved historically, and also look at it within its own social context. Another reason students should major in Spanish is to acquire the ability to use the language at a high level of proficiency. Our courses are taught in the language. So we teach our Spanish courses in Spanish, our Portuguese courses in Portuguese. And because of that, students attain high levels of language proficiency in speaking and listening, in academic reading, and academic writing. We'd like our students to make connections with Spanish-speaking and Portuguese-speaking communities, both abroad. We encourage people to study abroad. That's an important component of our major. But also within the Twin Cities, there's opportunities for service learning with the Latino community in the Twin Cities. We'd like students our majors to think of themselves as lifelong learners, that the skills that they're learning, the ability to analyze critically, to use Spanish and or Portuguese is something that they can, that will be an advantage to them throughout their lifetime.